Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way, but it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path, and as you become disciplined, you become wiser, and as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
Everyone has goals, but some seem to accomplish far more than others. That's because people who accomplish goals at a higher rate than the average person are those who use a systematic, proven method of goal setting and goal attainment. You need an effective action plan. The first step in creating an action plan is deciding exactly what you want. Next, write your goals or goal down on a sheet of paper. When you actually write a goal down, it is as if you are programming it into your subconscious mind and activating a whole series of mental powers that will enable you to accomplish much more than you ever dreamed of. The third step is setting a deadline. If it's a large goal, set a series of sub-deadlines. And what if you don't achieve your goal by the deadline? Set another deadline. The next step in creating an action plan is making a list of everything that you could possibly think of that you will have to do to achieve your goal. After having a written goal, one of the things that holds people back is not taking the time to lay out a list of all the little things they will have to do to get there. Now that you have this comprehensive list, schedule it into a comprehensive plan. Plan each day, week, and month in advance. Plan each month at the beginning of the month. Plan each week the weekend before. And plan each day the evening before. The more careful and detailed you are when you plan your activities and tasks, the more you will accomplish in less time.
What's going on, y'all? This is Clarence Jr. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, definitely put a comment in the comment section, and share the video. So last time in Mastering Manhood Volume 2, we talked about being honest about where you are. Today, we're going to discuss having a plan. You know, in order for you to really make the progress you want to make in life, you need a plan. You know, Scripture says, write the vision, make it plain. It also says, before you start to build, count up the costs, lest you start building and don't have enough to finish. So you need a plan. If you don't believe me, if you look at the moves you've been making that's gotten you into this position that you don't want to be in, if you're going to be honest with yourself, you didn't plan on being where you are. You just happened to be there because you were just going through the motions, doing whatever you wanted to do, and here we are. But you need a plan to be successful. And so I'm going to break that down in a very practical way. Right? Because it's easy to say have a plan, but what do I mean by that? So let's talk about it. Having a plan. The first thing you need to do, once you recognize where you are, is identify where you would like to be. And be very specific. Meaning, I would like to, let's start with, let's say something about weight, for example. Let's say, look, I want to be in shape. I want to get back to the weight I was in my 20s. I want to get to a weight that the doctor told me I need to get to. Okay, you know where you are, so you know what you weigh now, and you know where you want to be, which is the weight you want to get down to. Now comes the plan. And for me personally, the most effective ways that I plan is, first of all, I have the main goal. And then from the main goal, I break the main goal. I start immediately with, what can I do? What should I do now? I'm going to do this thing that's going to lead to that thing that's going to lead to that thing. So, for example, and from my personal experience, it's always helpful to start with a small, achievable goal. You don't want to make lofty goals for yourself. You don't want to make goals that require high levels of discipline, because if you had a high level of discipline already, you wouldn't be in this position. Like, look, part of it is you got to be honest with yourself. The truth is you don't have a high level of discipline, which is why you're in the position that you're in. So do not set a goal for yourself that requires a high level of discipline. Instead, what you need to do is start off with small, realistically attainable goals. So, for example, if you're 300 pounds and you want to get down to 220 pounds, you don't say, you know what? In the next 30 days, I'm going to lose 35 pounds. You need to start off small and build up to that. You need to set small, attainable goals, because that way you can actually start to get some wins under your belt. You see, believe it or not, the most important, well, not the most important, but one of a very important step in you turning your situation around is you believing that you can. And a very important step in believing that you can turn your situation around is by you setting small, attainable goals and accomplishing those goals. Because once you accomplish those goals, you're going to have a hunger and a desire to accomplish more. You're going to say, okay, I set out to do this and I did that. So now let me set another goal for me to accomplish. That's what you need to do. So once again, if you're 300 and the goal is get down to 220, you're not going to say, oh, you know what, in the next 30 days, I'm going to lose 35 pounds. No, you're going to say, you know what, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to find a gym to join or find somewhere to work out at for free. I'm going to find a place where I'm going to be working out at. And I'm going to purchase a $20, $40, $50 scale from Walmart or Target. That's a small, attainable goal. You're finding a place that you're going to work out at, and you're finding a mechanism to help you track your weight. Boom. And I almost forgot this part. Another thing. Don't just make the plan. Actually write the plan down and post it somewhere where you can see it and be reminded of it on a regular basis. Because you want to remind yourself, oh yes, I'm working towards this. I said I was going to do this. I'm supposed to be doing that. Also, when you start to accomplish stuff, you can cross it off or check it out. And as you start crossing off things off your list or checking things off the list because you actually did it, you're going to feel good about yourself. So you got the big goal at the top. Lose 85 pounds, get to 220. Then you got your goals for this week. Find a gym, check. Purchase a scale, check. Then you got the goals for after that. After you find a gym and purchase a scale, next thing is going to be work out twice a week. Then you're going to accomplish that. You're going to say, okay, well, what can I add to that? Cut out the soda, cut out the candy, et cetera, et cetera. See, you build on top of it. First, it starts off with where you are. Then you make note of where you want to be. Then you make a list of goals of how you're going to gradually get there. As you start to accomplish these goals, you gain more confidence in yourself. You gain belief in yourself. You get hungry for more. You keep striving. You keep pushing. That's how that works. Whereas if you just say, you know what, I'm fat and I want to lose weight, but you don't know how much you weigh, you don't have a number you want to get down to, you don't have a plan on how you're going to get there, more than likely that's not going to work. Or let's just say, you know what, man, I got to get my financial situation in order. Okay. Let's just say you want to get to a place where you got several thousands of dollars in the bank. And you have no debt, right? Okay. First step could be, let me go through my financial records and see if I have any reoccurring payments that I could get rid of so that my take-home pay is higher. Is there anything I can get rid of so that way I can loosen up some of my paycheck? You do that. Okay, cool. Now let's say I got $80 more every 2 weeks. Okay, cool. May not seem like much, but hey, that's $160 more dollars a month than what you had. So you're making progress. Now that you got that 160, you're going to be hungry to make more progress. Are there any small debts and reoccurring things that I can pay off using this 160 to free up even more money? Maybe I got a Klarna, or what's some of the other ones? You got Klarna, you got Afterpay, those kind of things. So maybe I use 90 of the 160 that I'm now pocketing, and I just pay off that. So I already freed up 160 a month from getting rid of stuff I didn't need, and then I had small little stuff that only had like $80 or $120 left, and I just went ahead and paid that off, so I got a small little debt off of my back. Then you go, you know what, well, okay, let me print out all of my debts. After I print out all of my debts, let me find the smallest one that I have, and let me pay that one off first. Because now I done paid something off. I'm feeling good about myself. I got confidence. I'm building momentum. Then I'm going to look at my salary and think about what I want my salary to be and figure out what I can do to make that salary. Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to up my performance to get a raise? Do I need to find a whole new industry to be a part of? You see, it's a gradual progression that starts off with a recognition of where you are and a recognition of where you want to be and a plan on how to get there, utilizing small, realistic steps, because that's going to build a belief in you that you can do it. One of the most important things for you turning your life around is you believing that you can do it. You believing that you can do it plays a large part in your desire to do it. Because why even start? Why even try if I don't think it can work? So that's the assignment that I have for you now. Come up with a plan. Write it down. Really think about it and plan it out step by step. For the rest of July, I'm going to do this. In August, I'm going to plan and do that. In September, I'm going to plan. I'm serious. Plan it out month by month. And depending on how detailed you are, plan out each month, week to week. Write the vision, make it plain.